Hello, everybody, and welcome to the POT Workshop on January 9th of 2014. We're doing the magic of video clips, tips and tricks for YouTube, and our guest speaker tonight is Todd Conaway of Yavapai Community College. Is it in Yavapai, Arizona, Todd?
It's in Yavapai County, yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. And so he's going to get us started here on looking at some cool things we can do with YouTube video.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I'm going to turn on my video here just briefly. I'm in the middle of Arizona and some really nice weather. It's my wife behind me. Good. We got one more person, Lisa, if you're still listening. So let me do this first. How many of you, and you can answer this in the chat, how many of you have a YouTube channel? Just put yes, I do, or I do. Or you could even raise your hand and be really tricky up there, or the checkbox, yes or no. Either way, I just want to see, I do, I do, I do. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so some do and some don't. Aha, a couple no's. Aha. So I'll bet that even though those of you that said no, you probably use YouTube. No doubt, for something. And what we have definitely discovered is that there's a ton of stuff on YouTube. Some of it's amazing, and as you know, some of it's pretty ridiculous. What we're trying to do is curate the good stuff and keep the good stuff so we can find it. My job at Yavapai College is to assist teachers in using web-based tools and teaching online. And as you have probably done yourselves, the teachers will sit down with us and they will say, there's this video I want to use in my class. And I'll say, great, where is it? And I'll say, it's on YouTube. And I say, great. And I say, well, let's go find it. And they go, okay. And so they type in, math fractions or something. And of course, they get 5,000 videos. And they say, well, it's got to be here somewhere, and they look, and they have to search YouTube all over again to find the video they're looking for. So YouTube allows you to curate your videos using favorites, so you can mark videos as your favorites. That's one way. You can also create playlists, and they are super useful because you can have hundreds of playlists, and they can be very specific, like math long division, math short division, math, multiplication, algebra 2, and each of those playlists, much like your iTunes, if you're an iTunes user, is just a collection of songs that you select and put in a group or a playlist. So what it does is it allows you to keep those in one place and be able to access them from anywhere and add to them or delete from the playlist at any time. So I'm going to show you that. I'm also going to show you the video editor, which allows you to blend multiple videos together and trim them so that you can actually only use parts of videos, and you can also do that in the playlist. And then lastly, we're going to take a look at a very quick and easy way to make a YouTube video of you talking. One of the things that a video is a great thing in an online class, right? You find this great explanation by somebody about some content, and you say, I want to share this with my students. That's a good thing. What I like better is for the instructor to introduce the video beyond some text that says, I think this is a great video, please watch it, and take a test at the end or whatever. And you can do that. You can actually introduce your students with your talking face, hello, my name's Todd, hello, this week we're going to look at blah, 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 here's the video. And it goes right into that next video. You can do that with the video editor, or you can do it with a playlist. So I'm going to show you those things. And what I'm going to do here is go away from the PowerPoint slide here, and we're going to look at a YouTube channel. And I'm just going to kind of walk through these steps. I believe that, give me 1/2 of a second here, if you want to save this URL, and I'm going to put it in the chat right here, and I'll put it in there again later. This video goes over exactly what I'm going to show you right now. Lisa, are you still there?
I am still here. I see a couple of people coming in who weren't able to get in, and I am still writing messages to the others.
Okay, well, I'm just going to keep going then.
Thank you.
If that's all right. Okay,
go
so
right
here we
ahead.
go. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen here. Get rid of all these. Okay, so what you should be looking at here is my YouTube channel. You can tell that I'm logged into my channel because my Gmail or name would be up here in the upper right, along with the little avatar and my fun picture of me and the banner I chose on here and some videos of mine. So this is my channel. Right now I can't see the chat the way this is when I screen share. So
okay, well, know that it looks just fine.
It looks good. Okay.
It's looking good. It's loading
okay.
in, and it looks good.
Okay. So if any questions come along, please interrupt me and let me know. So the first thing to know is that if you're surfing around on YouTube and you see a video, and let's just go look for one here real quick, just so you can see. We'll go look for cats. So I'm going to click a cat video here and not play it. But there's things you can do here down at the bottom. You can give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. You can share it, or you can add it to something. And in my case, look, I have all these playlists to add it to. If I just clicked on Kurt Vonnegut, all of a sudden, Epic Funny Cat 20 Minutes would be part of my Kurt Vonnegut playlist. I'm going to choose not to do that and go back to my channel here. But you know, I'm sure you're familiar enough with YouTube that you've seen some of those things. So what we're going to do right now is use something called the Video Manager, and we're going to use it to get to our playlist. And so at least here you can see my playlist. So if you click on the little drop-down menu next to your face there, you can go over to your Video Manager. And in the Video Manager, it allows you to change preferences on videos, and it allows you to change and edit your playlist. So I'm going to go over here to my playlist, and we're just going to use this biology one that I made the other day, or added a couple videos to so you can work with this. So on the right side of the screen, you'll see that you can edit those playlists. And I want you to imagine that in your class, whatever your content area is, that you have a collection of videos about a specific topic. And that what I'm doing here is kind of, you have to imagine you're doing to your own playlist. So I'm going to click on the word edit over here on the right. It allows you to rename it or name it and add a description. You can add a new video by URL if you happen to know where it is, or it's just going to show you the videos that are in the playlist, and there can be many, or there could be very few, like just the two. You can drag and drop them to reorder them. So they, on the right, if you hover over the far left side of the video, you can move them up or down. And then on the far right side are a couple little icons. There's the note, and the one that we're going to take a look at here is adjust the start and end times for this video playlist. So imagine that you find 5 videos about painting or about multiplication, but a few of the videos you really don't want your students to watch the whole video. You just want to watch between 1 minute and 37 seconds and 4 minutes and 10 seconds. If you click the little editor over here, you can change where the video is going to start and stop in your playlist. And play it to preview it so that goes through and decide exactly where you want it to begin and end. If you click save, it will trim it, and you can see over here on the left side that it's telling us that it's just going to play in that part of the video. From the students or from the user end of this, when you create a playlist and a student clicks play, it plays the videos consecutively, one right after the other. So if you had 10 videos in here and you only had a minute of each video, it would just play right through them one after the other, and it would only play the sections that you choose. Now, in a minute, we're going to look at the video.
Can I interrupt for just a second, Todd? There's a question in the chat.
Yes, absolutely.
The question is, I noticed the banner of a YouTube channel needs to be quite large. Can we resize it? Resize a picture, making it larger to make it fit?
Say that, what you mean on my channel? Like
yes,
on the
channel, the big banner at the top.
This banner? You know, great question. So you can click edit channel art. Mine has not been changed, obviously, for a long time. Here's recommended channel art, 2,560 pixels by 1,440. So that's the recommended size for one. I know that my little banner right here is nowhere near that. I don't think. I'm not 100% sure of that. But if you're logged in, you have a little pencil up here. You can edit channel art, and it tells you right down here that the max size and then the max file size as well. And look, they even have probably a video on how to create channel art. Good. Again, I can't see the chat, so.
Thanks. That's helpful.
Okay. All right. So in the playlist, and I'm going to go back to the biology one here. Let's just pretend that you wanted to introduce your students to these videos. You can create just a quick talking head video really quickly in YouTube. I'm going to try and show you that right now. It's going to come up with a black screen where my smiling face should be, because you can't, it's really difficult to capture video with video. So I'm just going to kind of go through the process. But I'm going to show you how easy it is to create a video of you talking. And so, you know, with your playlist, you have 3 or 10 videos that you want your students to view. You can make a video of your happy talking head just saying, hey class, this week we're going to look at this, this, and this, and here's some videos that I think really, you know, do a good job of explaining these things. These videos here can be any videos on YouTube, any of them. What I'm going to show you in a minute, the video editor, they have to be Creative Commons licensed. These ones can be any videos at all. So when you're logged into your channel, I'm just going to go back to my channel homepage. You'll always have this little upload button here, and if you click on the upload icon, or the word upload, you get a few options, and you may not know it, but you can create like a cool photo slideshow. This is where you can go create a hangout, and you can create a webcam. And this guy right here is the video editor as well, which we're going to look at in a minute, but we're going to access it from the menu on the left side of the page. Right now, if you click on record, you get this box, and my head would be right here. And if you click start recording, it'll record your happy smiling face talking to the camera. You give it a name and you upload it to your channel. It's super fast and really simple and works really well. When you go back to your video manager, you can go back to your playlist and find that playlist and edit it and get that video that you just made and get the URL, add video by URL, and then basically you've introduced the playlist to your class. You can do it at the end, so you can kind of summarize what happened, or you can, put videos in between videos in the playlist of you talking. A very useful thing to be able to do, and it personalizes the experience for your students. I think that, like I said earlier, putting a video on the class is great, but if you yourself, the teacher of the class, introduce the video, it gives it a little more oomph. It's you selecting the videos, and they know it's you because you're telling them about it. I think that if you just see videos in the class, it might be easy to go or think as a student who goes there. So anyway, I'm going to go back here to my channel homepage, and the next thing we're going to do is look at the video editor. So back in the video manager or in that upload section, either place, you have some creation tool down here in the lower left side. When I click on creation tools, first thing that comes up is this audio library of a bunch of music you can use for free, and then below that is this video editor. So when you click on video editor, and this is true of getting there, clicking on the upload button as well, by default, it creates a project. It thinks you're all ready to go, and you're going to create a project, and it shows you your videos. So these are my videos that I've done. You can see a bunch of these talking head videos too, like my face sitting in here in some of these, or Lisa's talking in some of these. But the ones with just me are mostly my videos, just me talking to people. So I can take any of my videos and drag them down to the timeline. So if you're familiar with video editing, what we just saw there was kind of the clip bin. These are your videos that you can use. And this area down here below the video is a timeline. So you can add more videos to the timeline, and it splices them together. And again, if you'll notice, there's these little handles, so you can trim the videos and make them shorter. And there's even all kinds of like options for the video. I'm not going to get into those at the minute. But basically, you can add a bunch of videos to this timeline, and if I click publish up here, it's gonna basically melt, or make all those videos into one video. So that's the good news. The bad news with this particular tool is that you can't get any video off of YouTube to add to this edited video. You have to use Creative Commons videos. So if you look at these icons across the top here, first you have my videos, which has got the red underline, and these are my videos. The next one is Creative Commons, and there are a lot of videos that people create on YouTube and choose to use the Creative Commons license, meaning that other people can use them, remix them, or edit them. And so I'm just going to type in math as an example here, just so we can see.
Can I ask another question from the chat?
Okay.
So you can add slides with wording in different videos?
Slides. Yeah, you can add pictures as well, and that would be this guy here, photos, and text. So we'll look at both of those and the transitions in a second. Does that answer that? Was that the question?
Thank you. Yes, she says awesome. Thank you.
Okay. So again, we're looking through videos that have math in the title somewhere, and we're looking at all of YouTube, but it's just the Creative Commons licensed videos. And there are lots of them. The more specific you get, I mean, here's 9th grade math, AC math practice, 3rd grade math. I mean, there's a lot of math videos on YouTube. So I can take any one of these and drag them down to my timeline. So now I have a couple of my videos, and then some of these math videos. So again, the good news is that you can kind of really customize your own video here with some of your videos or other people's videos. The bad news is you can't just get any video off of YouTube and add it here. It has to be videos that are Creative Commons licensed. The message here might be that when you create videos that explain something for your students, you might think about choosing to license them with the Creative Commons so that other people can use your videos. If everybody just made it the standard YouTube license, there wouldn't be any in the Creative Commons. So anyway, so the first icon again is your videos. The second one is the Creative Commons, and you have to go search all of YouTube for cats or math or dogs or whatever you're looking for. The next one over here is photos. So these are ones that you have to upload into your Google account. You remember back in the day it was the Picasa Web, and now it seems like it's Google Plus Photos is the thing. But you can go add photos from your account, photo albums or whatever. You can take any picture that you have in your images and add one of those photos. So you have a mix of photos and you have a mix of videos. And then you can add music. So you probably don't want to add music over where people are talking, but if you just had a bunch of pictures in here, you could add some music. And we're not going to do that right now because we have a lot of videos without people talking, but it literally is just a drag and drop environment. So you can drag the song down here, sit there, and it's only 1 minute and 48 seconds, so I'd have to add a whole bunch more, but you can add songs. So we have your videos, Creative Commons licensed content, photos that are in your Google account, songs, and then, of course, we have the ever popular transitions.
Wait, before you get to that, can I ask a music question? We have a question about copyright, adding pictures that aren't yours, adding songs, adding music that isn't yours, copyright issues?
Yeah, so watch. So with the videos, the only videos you can use are the Creative Commons videos. The only photos you can use are the ones that are in your account. So they have to be photos that you have placed in your either Picasa Web or your Google Plus albums. So they're your photos. The music, remember when we first got in here, these songs here are all just the free songs that Google gives you to use. There's a few different, groups of them, the genres. You can pick a genre to find, but these are ones that Google just is giving you to use in these, and they're all, copyright fine. People have let Google do this. Does that answer the question?
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Good. So the second to last icon here is transitions, and again, it's just a drag and drop environment. You can just take the transition and drop it into the video, and you can make it last 5 seconds or 2 seconds or whatever it is, and it will. Let's see if we can. I don't think that you guys are going to be able to see this.
Yeah, we can see it. It's coming up as kind of a shadow, but we can see all the buttons and the blue line and everything.
Okay, well, I'm going to try and play it see if it. So here, the video should start fading here in a second. Sorry, this is probably a lame thing to try and demonstrate. It's not going fast enough. There you go. So you can see how it faded in there, right, for those 0.2 seconds or whatever.
Rochelle is asking to remind us where you went on YouTube to access the page that you're on right now.
Sure.
Is this through video?
Let me do this one last thing, and then I'll show you 2 ways to get there. So the last thing here is text. So this allows you to add like a centered title to the video. So you can make the title to the text. You can change the background color. You can change the font. And this is going to add that right to the title of the video. So you can say, you know, Math 101 video or whatever it is. You can also, I mean, there's different little effects here. You can have it's animated, so it slides in from the front. But now my video has this CBBZ as the title, and then that will run right into the first video. And then there's the little crossfade here. And if I click publish, it's going to put all those videos together and make it one video. So that is the real quick version of the video editor, and I'm going to show you how I got there in 2 different ways. So the way I showed you just now was going to the video manager. So you select the little icon next to your avatar up here in the upper right when you're logged into YouTube. Go to video manager. And down at the bottom left side is creation tools. And if you click creation tools, you get 2 options. There's the audio library and the video editor. We were at the video editor. Another way to get there is to click this upload icon. And then there's a video editor here. And it will take you back to that same video. So that's what I guess to me, and I put a link here. I'll put this in there again. This is 6 minutes right here. This little video is 6 minutes of exactly what I just covered. And I'm going to put that in the chat there again. So that's the video editor and the playlist.
Thank you. That's really cool. They're asking about captioning, and I was going to cover that. So should we just switch over to, maybe we should just do that now, just talk about how to caption. So let me, let's see. You can caption once you have it already loaded. Todd, do you still have yours up there that's yours? Because I'd have to hunt around for one of mine. But you can't caption it until after you've already uploaded your video.
Yeah, we can go. I mean, I can go back to my account.
If you don't, if you don't mind going back, because you've got your own up there, and all the one I have for a sample wasn't mine, so I can't caption it. So what you're trying to do is find your video just as you can see it here, and then it will allow you see the caption button right there. You click there, and it's got 2 different ways to add captions. You can do it yourself, which means you have to type it out, or it can transcribe it for you. Now the best thing to do is have it transcribed first, and then you can edit the transcription, because its transcription, although it's gotten much better recently, is still not anywhere near perfect. But it will now let you edit it right here. So you have to give it a few minutes. I mean, I don't know, what's your experience, Todd? How long does it usually take now to do captioning for, say, a 5 or 10 minute thing?
I have no idea. I don't know.
It used to be like, first it was a couple of hours, then it was like half an hour. It's getting faster and faster. But once it has the captioning done, you bring it up right here where Todd is now in the captioning, and you can edit the transcript. So
yeah,
you can.
It's pretty amazing. I mean, when you type it, it'll automatically stop the video as you're typing. Depending on the length of the video, obviously, it takes a while. But the way they've got it set up now is pretty darn amazing.
Rochelle's also asking about whether about different languages. Have you ever done this with the French and English spoken in the same video? What you'd end up doing, Rochelle, is you would end up editing You end up having to edit all of it anyway because it doesn't do it perfectly. So you would end up editing both the French and the English anyway as part of one transcript. So its track language is it's trying to interpret it. Obviously, it won't do the French as well if it's set on English, but you'll have editing to do anyway, and there'll be things to fix. It's not the perfect way to do this, but it's you can even type it as you're going through the video if you don't want it to transcribe or it's doing such a crappy job that you don't want it. So there's several ways to do this yourself now, and it's all useful. Yeah, it is useful to have captions for a couple of reasons. Sometimes our students who are watching this are somewhere where they can't have the sound running, and so they use the captions instead. Of course, anybody with a disability, the captions are super helpful. And a lot of times we find that students, if you're watching something, you're not necessarily processing the words the same way, and sometimes it's useful to have their attention drawn to the words, depending on what kind of video you're doing. So, yeah, we do recommend captioning. It does take a long time.
In California, I mean, I know in Arizona, you know, we are like self-identify your learning disabilities so that, you know, in Arizona, I know that an awful lot of people don't caption their videos, it seems. But I thought in California, for online classes, I thought you had to caption them.
Well, sort of had to. Yeah, you have to. You have to do it. You have to provide it. But there isn't anybody checking up on you to make sure that you do it unless it is at the top level of your institution's website. So if, for example, on our college webpage, at Maricosta's webpage, we had something up there that was a video that everyone could see who went to the webpage, not just enrolled students, it would absolutely positively have to be captioned. The extent to which things have to be captioned inside courses, yes, we're supposed to be, but it doesn't always, you know, people don't always do it. It's not like everybody in California is doing the captioning.
Right. It really can be, if you're somebody who's making a lot of videos. I know that one of the comments from one of the first people at our college who was doing a lot of YouTube content, I said, why do you use it so much? He says, because I can't type. And so he was just saying, you know, welcome to the class, and he was telling them what they were going to do that week, and he was just doing all these videos because he couldn't type that quickly, you know, and he could just say a lot more about what he, you know, wanted students to thought they needed to hear in video. And I thought, you know, just the opposite of captioning.
Right.
He's doing it so he doesn't have to type all
It doesn't have to do it. Well, and that's why YouTube's improving its system so much and getting so much better about transcribing has been so important. I've had people use it just for that service and then just pull the transcript off and put it in a separate document.
Right.
You know, just have YouTube do that, and then they correct it, and it fixes it really well. So in the chat, we're saying if it's sound over a PowerPoint, captioning is probably not that required. Well, according to the universal design principles, it would always be required unless the slide itself is saying what the sound is saying, right? So it's not so different with a PowerPoint. In fact, I've had that when I upload a SlideShare. Most of my slides are visual, so the audio that I'm saying is not. Yeah, I'm not reading what's on the slide. So
right.
Yeah, it's all about what you consider content. The content needs to be available in both formats if there's a way.
Those of you that have smartphones, I'm sure you've played with the speech recognition, like when you send a text message or an email. On my phone, I mean, it's unbelievable. I can, hello, I hope you're doing fine, period, blah, 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 keep talking and talking and talking, and it pretty much will get every word perfect. It's pretty amazing. So speech recognition stuff has come a long way.
Yeah, and there's I'm trying a new free one. I don't remember the name of it just to see if it works, but yeah, there's a lot of that happening that's going to be really, really helpful with some of this universal design stuff. I did find one that I made that I can use to show some things. Why don't we switch over to my sharing? Okay, and then let me see. I have to close out. I've been apologizing pretty much continually for the first half hour of the workshop for people who cannot get in. But what I want to show folks, and let me set up the screen sharing here. All right, are we able to see that? Just the document here. Are we good? Yes. Okay. These are kind of like code tricks. How many folks who are here have embedded a YouTube video somewhere in the Blackboard or in Moodle or on a web page or something like that? Lots of people are doing embedding. So these tricks might be helpful to you if you do a lot of that. Some people use the embed code. Some people just use, I know Moodle has an automatic way of doing it. If you put in the full URL, it just embeds it, and that YouTube is able to do that too. Yeah, in telecom you can also embed, that's right. These codes, though, I don't think will work with in telecom because this comes from the developers, the YouTube developers. So when you are doing a YouTube, of course, and I need to reload mine. I was trying to get the sound to turn off here. But when you are using share to do that, so I've got share clicked for this video, and you get the embed code. So the embed code is here, but there are things you can do to this code. So I'm going to copy this code and see if I can get it into my doc to show you some of these tricks here. There's the code I just got. Now, let's say I wanted this code to always play at high quality. This is sometimes when I do a screencast, especially the letters are a little fuzzy and it's not really clear. And when they click it, I want them to be able to play it at high quality. I don't want them, I don't know how much they know about YouTube. I don't want them to have to go searching around here in the little gear, the settings, to figure out which quality level they want it at. I want it to automatically come up in the maximum quality. So to do that, I add this little bit of code. It's the ampersand VQ, which I assume stands for video quality, equals HD 720, which is the maximum high definition that they can do. Now, because I asked YouTube when I did the sharing here, I said enable privacy enhanced mode. When I did that, it put that little REL 0. I'm not showing suggested videos, so related videos is 0. Right next to that is where I would add this and VQ equals HG 720. So if I put it then right after that related videos rel equals 0 right here, then when I use this as the iframe embed code, it'll automatically come up at the highest quality. So let me stop for just a second and see if there's questions on that. Yeah, this I can make this doc available. That's no problem. So yeah, this is just a little trick. Okay. Any other questions about that? How to get it to play at the high quality?
Is that
yes?
So is it a public doc already?
Yes, it can be viewed. I just need to link it from the POT website announcement for this, and I'll do that. Yeah, right. There's the document. Yeah, if you want to see it right now and save it for yourself, yeah, feel free. Go right ahead. Another thing that you can do that messes around with the code is you can determine stop and start times and just take a little clip. Now, there's other ways to do this, and there are online services that will excerpt the clip for you, but I find it easier to do it manually myself. So I can add, again, to the URL, I can add the start and end time in seconds. So if there's a big video I want to use, but I only want, say, the middle, 30 seconds or something, I can then use the little scrubber here and take it to, well, where does this take it to? Oh, I want it to start right there. at 1:19, say, or at 15 seconds, I can do that and just put it into the code here and then add it in. And again, right after that, I put in the VQ HD 720. So now I'm saying, and start at 194 seconds and end at 296 seconds. And then it will do that. So is that making sense? Doing the start and end times appended to the URL? Okay. If you want to take one of the playlists, like Todd's been talking about creating a playlist, and you want to embed the whole playlist with little previews of what's coming up, there's a little code trick for that. So this is kind of my last code trick here, is to add and show info equals 1 will cause the playlist's embed code to show little tiny previews. And I don't have a sample of that, but try it and you'll see what I mean. So these are just this one, the high quality one. I use it on almost everything because I want almost everything to play at the highest quality possible. The stop and start times I use quite a bit now that I know it, to be able to do that. Change the size of the video, Rochelle, you mean? Change the actual physical size of the video? By making it play high quality? No. It will play at whatever it is that you indicated. So for example, on this one I copied in, the width at 640, the height at 480, that is the size of the video, and it will play that at the highest quality it possibly can. I've started doing this all over the POT website too, so that our videos look better too. So questions on any of the code stuff before I jump into completely different idea? Lee's writing, I assume that if you set quality, the HU students can choose to degrade for better performance. Yes, they can. They can. And if they know how to do that, hey, more power to them. So that's great. My concern was that a lot of them didn't know how to make it better quality and would write to me and say, I can't read this, or this is fuzzy. I think I'd rather have it come in high quality and have them change it down if they need to. Okay, yeah, go ahead, Todd.
That's just whilst we do need to meet all our learners, or we need to address people with lower bandwidth, I think that it's becoming safer to err on a slightly higher bandwidth level. And so I do think that more and more people are more often able to get higher quality video than, say, 2 or 3 years ago, and it's only going to continue to kind of probably increase. I
think that's true. I wouldn't have done this, a couple years ago.
Right.
Even had I known how, which I didn't then. That's very true. I think we can safely do that. Yeah, the cell phone thing is very tricky. Actually, there's several things. We should probably have a whole session on mobile and learning through mobile devices and what we can do and what we can't do, because some things are very different, not only on a cell phone but tablets as well. In fact, one of the reasons I'm recommending here that we use YouTube's iframe code is because the iframe code, as opposed to, let me show it here, use old embed code. If you see what happened there when I changed it to old embed code, this used to be the embed code that we always used for everything, and it relies to a certain extent on flash technology that doesn't work on iPads and some of the other tablets as well. Whereas the iframe, YouTube's converted to HTML5. This will play on everything. So yeah, there are definitely considerations of all kinds for mobile technology, and I'm hoping we can work with that a little more someday. The last couple of things, because we're running out of time here, I didn't know where to put this, it's kind of in its own category. TogetherTube is a website where, let's say you wanted to watch a clip or a movie, a YouTube video, you wanted to watch something that was on YouTube with your students in real time. Let's all meet up and watch this thing so-and-so made. you can do that in TogetherTube. And Todd and I tested this out with a group of people. We were having a POT certificate class workshop in Google Plus, and we all went over and tried to watch YouTube together, and it worked really, really well. So that's not so much a trick, but maybe just a little application, a little web app you can use to watch YouTube with your students. So I wanted to introduce that. And then the last thing has to do with using YouTube when you're offline. For example, if you wanted to watch something later on when you don't have an internet connection or a phone connection, or you want to show something in class when the connection in the classroom is unreliable, but it was just so wonderful on YouTube you want to do it, there are browser plugins and other things that can help you download a YouTube video. But this one, this YouTube in mp4.com seems to work really well. I've tried it a couple of times now in creating an MP4 version of a YouTube video that can be saved to your hard drive and then used that way. So those are kinds of things I wanted to share. Questions or comments, or for me or for Todd? Okay, then I think we're at the end of our time here. In fact, we've gone a little bit over, and I definitely want to apologize to those of you who had trouble getting into the session. We have no idea what was going on with that because I tested everything this afternoon, but we are recording the session, and of course I've been apologizing to the folks who never were able to get in, but we will, this is being recorded and we will have it available at the POT website, and people who were not able to attend the whole thing or want to record. Thank you, Erica. It actually, yeah, it wasn't my fault, but I don't know what happens. I'm still a little uncertain about it. But you can get flex credit for watching the video and all of that. So I'll get that information out to everybody, but I'm really glad we recorded this because I missed some of the first part and I need to watch it again. So I want to say thank you to Todd. I can't see you in the video, but there he is.
You're welcome, always.
Thank you. It's been great, everybody. And I'm going to turn off the recording, except I can't do that while I'm sharing, huh? Let me do that. There we go.